Bless their hearts.
Tech News brought to you by Texas Mutual Insurance Company, Jeff Bezos. You know, he's the guy that owns a grocery store or Whole Foods.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He thinks the U.S. military should work more closely with the largest American tech firms because, quote, we are the good guys. Quote, I really do believe that. Speaking at the Reagan National Defense Forum this weekend, the Amazon CEO warned that China was a growing threat to U.S. tech supremacy. If a big tech is going to turn their backs on the Department of Defense, this country is in trouble, and that just cannot happen, he says. Going a little bit deeper here, Bezos didn't name names, but it's pretty clear that he was subtweeting Google. Last year, the company said it wouldn't renew a contract with the Department of Defense for Project Maven, a program that used Google's artificial intelligence to analyze drone footage. Now, while Google is still actively working on Project Maven, more than 3,100 employees signed a petition requesting that the CEO and Google basically cancel that contract because they don't want to work closely. You know, they're being social justice warriors on the job trying to make their company do certain things. Now, we believe that Google should not be in the business of war. That's what the protest read. We cannot outsource the moral responsibility of our technologies to third parties. Jeffrey Bezos, when he's not managing the produce section at Whole Foods, he disagrees. He says, I quote, it's complicated, you know, but do you want a strong national defense or don't you? I think you do, so we have to support that.
Well, I will agree that tech has to work very closely with the military, and military has to work closely with them. It has to be a relationship that works. There's no doubt about it, especially as we move forward when it's getting more and more tech and less boots on the ground.
Amazon is supporting that, actively pushing its tech to law enforcement and national security agencies. Its controversial facial recognition software, Rekognition, has been used by police departments across the country. In the summer of 2018, it pitched in immigration and customs enforcement officials using Rekognition as well along the border, scanning for illegal immigrants coming and going, that kind of thing. To Bezos, companies providing the U.S. military with the best technology available is not a decision to be made, but a patriotic duty. This is a patriotic duty, he says. This is not a sporting competition. You don't want to fight fair. You don't want to fight fair in this world. Yeah, there you go.
Well,
pretty interesting hearing that coming from him.
Well, I mean, is there something controversial here that I'm missing? It just seems like two things that need to work very closely together.
Well, the facial recognition issue is very controversial because it's not 100% accurate right now.
Right.
It wasn't too long ago where some airports were testing facial recognition and they identified U.S. lawmakers as criminals. Got the facial recognition wrong. Yeah.
Or did they?
Well, that's true. Or did they?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there's a lot of controversy with this. I mean, with all the partnership with local police using Ring cameras and things like that.
Yeah.
Some people have a problem with that. They feel as if their privacy is being taken away and used and sold to the government by big tech.
Well, and it's also a way that crimes are being solved much, much quicker. It's also a way that crime is being prevented because it's a whole new way of fighting crime. And to me, I'm glad we have it. I'm glad that if they want to use my Ring camera, for example, so be it.
You said solving crime, and then you said the word prevent crime.
Yes, of course.
No. Cameras don't prevent crime.
Sure they do.
No.
Sure they do.
No.
Well, I mean, if you think about the fact that if you're going to solve crime more quickly, it can prevent crime in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it all works together. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people aren't going to not commit crimes because of cameras, but that is always going to be. There's rarely a crime committed these days where there is not a camera involved.
Right.
For example, what we.
It's great at solving crime.
Yeah.
It's not very good at preventing crime.
Well, again, I think they're kind of tied in, but I know what